Alright, hello everybody, it's me, Clock, and today we're going to be playing Scratching an Itch, a visual novel it's a visual novel about some really pretty hot women. This was made in response to itch.io shuttering, or basically delisting, all of their NSFW games, and pretty much anything that kind of pushed the limits of NSFW over the whole MasterCard and Visa pushing censorship. Disgusting. I don't agree with it at all. Let's get right into it, okay? I like what I see so far, though. Welcome to Scratching an Itch, the best NSFW visual novel currently on itch.io. Before we start, you're gonna have to name your MC, so what's he called? Oh. Enter your name. Okay. We're gonna let chat be the Chad. Okay, I didn't know we were playing a dude, so I'm gonna say chat today. Awesome, chat. Now let's get this naughty fun going. Yo, why is he just naked overalling, though? No, man. What do you mean he's just naked overalls, bro? You sigh deeply as you close the door behind you. Rubber ducky! You can't believe you took this job as a handyman for a series of apartment buildings downtown. Seemed like such a sweet gig on paper. All you had to do was a few odd jobs for old ladies. Maybe fix a sink or change a light bulb, and then you get to kick back for the rest of the day. The reality, you haven't had a moment's rest since you started this damn job. You've been elbow deep in leaky garbage disposals, crawling under toilets, and worst of all, listening to rich dudes explain what a wrench is like they invented the damn thing. You rub your temple and glance around. What is all of this? The apartment is weirdly clean, like magazine cover clean. Whoever lives here has taste. And money. Oh my god, do you guys know that? That's an anime movie. Mid-century furniture, soft lighting, and a very fluffy rug that makes you suspicious about ever taking your shoes off here. But the TV looks older than you are. CRT, chunky, probably weighs more than a Vespa. Well, not better. You pull out your phone and check the work order, hoping it's something simple. At least the tenant of this apartment is supposed to be out for the day. You won't have to deal with small talk or awkward flirting. Not that you'd mind the flirting if they were cute. When I was a little kid, I had a CRT TV. It sucked ass. It's something in the bedroom. I'm gonna tell you that right now. CRT sucks. You glance up from your screen and immediately notice something odd. 2 bedrooms. One on your left, one on your right. Both with closed doors, both with, let's say, strong aesthetics. The door to the left is decorated with the photo of a sleepy-looking cat wearing a knitted hat, surrounded by rainbow stickers, hearts, and something that might be a motivational cue. Quote. The one on the right, blank paint, silver accents, and a large decal of the Grim Reaper, full scythe. Empty sockets, metal as hell. Is that the Grim Reaper? You stare a moment longer, confused and mildly impressed. Who the hell puts a life-size image of death on their bedroom door and sleeps like a baby every night? Meh. Well, the problem's behind one of these doors, so which one do I pick? Oh, okay. Let's start with cute and end on creepy, okay? I guess this one. You stare at the door with the cute cat poster, hand hovering just above the handle. What can I say, man? I love cats. It's innocent, sweet, welcoming even. You hope to God it's the right door. You really don't want to find out what's behind the other one, a creepy Reaper-themed nightmare across the hall. I better just... You glance down at your scuffed toolbox and take a deep breath. Nothing you haven't handled before, just fix what's broken and get out. That's what you keep telling yourself anyway. With a final nod, you press the door open and step inside. Hi. Well, this is nice. The bedroom is warm, welcoming, and soft in a way that feels almost too personal. Sunlight filters through pastel curtains, casting gentle patterns over the bedspread, which is neatly made, by the way, rare in your line of work. You take a few cautious steps inside. Posters of classic romantic comedies line the walls. A ukulele rests lovingly on a beanbag chair in the corner. Wait, no, that's not on the beanbag chair. An open book lies face down on the nightstand. Something about love languages from the title. There's even a faint scent of coconut and strawberry in the air. Shampoo, maybe. Honestly, whoever lives here seems pretty cool. Sweet even. Too bad you'll probably never get to meet them. I should probably get to work. I mean, there's clearly something... Ah! A piercing scream cuts to the comm like a siren, making you practically jump out of your skin. You whirl around towards the source of the noise, a heart hammering in your chest, and spot movement near the bathroom door. Ah! Ah! Is this okay? Bro, it's out. It's looking me in the eye! And I'm looking back. Her eyes, by the way. I'm talking about her eyes. It's totally her face. I've been looking at her face. Look respectfully, chat! A girl stands at the edge of the bathroom doorway, barely dressed in a pastel bra and matching panties. Towel clenched in one hand, eyes wide in horror. Behind her, you catch a glimpse of a very pink bathroom. Very pink. Fluffy mat, wall decals, glitter soap. The whole vibe is aggressively adorable. Stop that, you! Who are you? Her voice trembles between panic and fury. She tries to scowl, but honestly, she just looks like an angry kitten. Still, you can't exactly appreciate the cuteness when she's 1 second away from calling the cops. Oh! Dude, look at his fucking eyes! Oh. Oh no, the one British guy in chat's freaking out. He hasn't seen a woman in years. In days. What the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you talk like a normal person? Are you deaf? Who the fuck are you, and what the fuck are you doing in my room? Her stare sharpens. It's no longer kind of adorable. It's full-on murder eyes now. I'm... God damn it, chat. Get it together. Why do you always fall apart the second a cute girl starts yelling at you? Your mouth opens, but no words come out. Your brain's screaming, but your body's frozen. This isn't exactly your finest moment. No, nothing's slipping out. Nothing's slipping out, Mikey. Get out! Her voice shatters the silence like a glass. It hits you like a slap. There's no room for debate. That was a command. And apparently that's the one thing you're actually capable of doing right now, because you immediately turn on your heel and book it out of there like a man chased by demons. Behind you, the girl slams the bathroom door shut with a loud bang. Well, that could have gone better. You find yourself back in the living room, your heart still pounding in your chest. It's the middle of the day. You seriously didn't think there'd be anyone home. Shouldn't both of these girls be at work, school, anywhere but here? What the actual fuck is going on? You're just about to grab your toolbox and bounce when you hear footsteps approaching to your right. Hey, who are you? You turn around to see the small girl from earlier standing in the doorway of her room, arms crossed tightly over her chest. I like her too. She's glaring at you like she's trying to melt your skull with her mind. You catch a quick glance at the room behind her and instantly feel grateful you didn't walk in there first. That place looks like the set of a low-budget horror film. Wait, I want to be in there. More. Hey, I'm talking to you. Her voice cuts through the silence like a knife. You blink, snapping out of it. She's not the type to ignore. Something about her posture, the cold confidence in her tone. This girl isn't someone you want to piss off. Why are they oiled up, bro? They're so shiny. You suddenly feel very aware of your presence here. Very unwelcome. Very breakable. I'm Chat. She walks up to you slowly, her bare feet barely making any sound. Gives you the most deliberate once-over you've ever experienced. The girl eyes you like she's trying to figure out whether you're worth stabbing or just kicking out. Okay, Chat, what the fuck are you doing in my apartment? Despite her small frame, she radiates power. This girl could run a gang, or at the very least, ruin your whole week with a well-placed insult. Stop! Chat! Your eyes! You're not even looking her in the eye! Aye. You swallow hard, suddenly unsure whether to speak, run, or curl into a ball and apologize to the universe. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. The tall girl from earlier steps into the hallway, her eyes wide with disbelief. Scout? Who is this? She's staring at the small, furious girl. You assume Scout. Like she just spotted a tiger on the porch. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I heard you screaming and came out here. He's not one of your co-stars, is he, Colette? Your eyes fall on the tall girl. It's good to put a name to a face, even if the situation isn't the best. Scout gives you another look, head tilting slightly as she studies you again, this time with more interest than threat. He definitely has enough muscles to be. You feel a grin creep across your face. Damn right you do. What the fuck? You put a lot of work into looking like this, and it's always nice when someone takes notice, even if they might also stab you. Nah, he's not here for me. I thought he was here for you, even though he's not exactly your usual type. Colette walks over to join Scout, standing just inches away from you now. Two wildly different girls, both staring you down like you're the last donut in the box. You try to stay cool, but you're surrounded, outmatched, and extremely underprepared for this kind of interrogation. They both take you in like you're an unsolved puzzle. So, Chad, who are you, and why the fuck are you in our apartment? Yeah, I'd like to know that too. Their eyes are locked on you now, full of suspicion, curiosity, and maybe something else. You better come up with a good answer, and fast. Oh. I'm the handyman. You stand there for a moment, staring at the girls in front of you. It seems kind of hard to believe they wouldn't piece it together based on how you're dressed. Yeah, I'm naked in overalls. Then again, it is very unclear who they thought you might be. After all, one of them mentioned something about a co-star. Well, are you going to tell us who you are, or do we have to beat it out of you? Colette looks you up and down, her mood's appearing to sour. You're not one of those deranged fans, are you? I warn you, I have mace. Colette looks around for a second, clearly confused. I mean, I have some around here somewhere. Should have that on hand. You can almost hear Scout rolling her eyes. Get the sense that she's had to deal with her friend for a while. Can't help but smile at the two of them, especially knowing how dumb they're about to feel. Well, I'm the handyman. Their eyes go, why are they so, what, no! Just calling yourself the handyman is the biggest turnoff, apparently. Their eyes go wide as the words leave your mouth. You're a handyman! Scout's scream fills the room, making both Colette and you jump. Yeah. I'm here about, well, I'm actually not sure what I'm here about. I was checking it out when you chewed me out. You shoot Colette a meaningful look, and she has the good sense to look embarrassed. You look from Scout to Colette and back, waiting for either of them to say something. So, would either of you like to tell me why I'm here? It's my bed. It makes this horrible noise when I work. What's your job? Oh no, I think Pngtuber was right. Wait, what? Yeah, I called this guy because of my bed. Colette stops talking as she notices the strange look on Scout's face. You called this guy. Yeah, I did. OnlyFans. No, I called him. I'm sorry. What? You look from Scout to Colette and back, not sure what's going on. Yeah, I have a problem with my curtains. They don't close all the way, making it hard for me to, A smug smile creeps on Scout's lips as she looks at Colette. When I work. The two girls share a giggle, which you have no idea how to read. What, both of them? What do they mean by work? Why would a bed or curtains have anything to do with it? So, Scout turns her attention back to you. I guess it's good that you came. It seems like we both need you. You look from Scout to Colette. You can't believe your luck. Despite the way this day started, it seems to be looking up. After all, two cute girls need your help. Yeah, we both need your help. But you should help me first. Colette sends a wink your way as the smile on her face widens. I'll make it worth your while. You look over to find Scout frowning at her friend. Would you stop flirting with the guy? I know he's just your type, but contain yourself. Anyway, I need your help more. I'm gonna be out the whole day until I get those damned curtains fixed. My work requires darkness. You look from Scout to Colette for a while. It seems like both of them need you. The only question now is, which one of them are you gonna help out? Well, I mean, I did scare Colette first. I mean, Mommy. I think I'm gonna help Colette. She's so upset. What? Scout looks from you to Colette and back, clearly hurt. We are chat's poll? I'm gonna do both of them. Heck W. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I like the goth girl too, man. But we're gonna hit them both up, man. We're gonna help them both with a handyman. Okay? Give it some time. There's nothing wrong with the tall, hot, redheaded woman. So, you're gonna help her over me. Even though my curtains would take like 2 seconds to fix. I'm sure her bed is the same. I'm gonna get to you, I promise, Scout. It'll only take a moment. Colette shoots her friend a smug smile, one that clearly says, I won. Yeah, Scout. He'll help you out in a second, I promise. What the fuck? Scout shoots Colette and me a death stare. It's clear she's not buying any of this. Can't say I blame her. No idea how long this issue with the bed is going to take to fix, but I get the sense it might be a while. Yeah, right. Scout sounds surly as she glares from Colette to me and back again. A long moment of awkward silence follows as none of us knows what to say. Well, Colette, should we look at that bed? The smile on Colette's lips widens as she looks at you. You have no idea how to read that smile, but it seems not to matter. She's already started gesturing towards her door. Go back to the save! No! I'm going through with it. You are once again struck by the warmth of Colette's room as you step inside. This really is one of the nicest bedrooms you've ever seen. Please stop that, you. I'll get the lube. Don't tell me that, you sicko. Are you coming in? In just one way right now. You realize you've been lingering in the doorway. Yeah. You take a step into the room, letting the door shut behind you. Well, here it is. Colette takes a step back, indicating the bed in the center of the room. Stand there for a second, just staring at it. It just started making this horrible noise at one point. It's like this screeching sound. Kind of like... Colette scrunches up her face in the most adorable way as she tries to mimic the sound. Screech! You can't help but be charmed by Colette's attempt. Maybe weeks it all merges together. What the fuck? Pookie Bear, what the fuck? She really is incredibly cute. Well, I can see how that's annoying. Must have woken you up while you were sleeping. Colette gives you a shocked look. Not while I was sleeping, no. Wait, this didn't happen while you were sleeping? No, it happened at, other times. You stare at the girl in front of you, not sure what to say to that. You feel curiosity burning inside you, but you're not sure if you should ask. Should you? It's while she's fucking. Ask. If it's not a problem when you're sleeping, then when is it a problem? Colette furrows her brow for a moment, then looks up at you. Well, it's more of an issue when I do my job. Your job? Yeah, well... Colette looks at you, and a smug little smile creeps onto her lips. I'm a content creator. Oh my god! Content creator. Yeah, me and Scout both are. What kind of content? Adult real-time content. You stand there for a moment, trying to parse out what Colette is saying. Just like me, yeah! Adult real-time content. What does that mean? They're VTubers. Maybe she's... You're a cam girl! Stop, bro. Stop, chat. The smile on Colette's lips broadens. Yeah, I mean, that's not how I like to put it. But yeah, that's what I am. You stare at Colette for a moment longer as the puzzle pieces start to slide into place. Yeah, she actually means VTuber. Don't worry, chat. That's why she was using her bed for her job. That's why she's in her underwear right now. She's probably going to do a stream when you came in. Yeah. Your mouth has suddenly gone completely dry. Scout thought you were gonna be her co-star, which means she thought that... You have no idea what to say. It's not a big deal, really. Colette seems more than a little amused as she notices your reaction. But a squeaky bed makes it kind of hard to do my job. Colette gives you a skeptical look all of a sudden. I get the sense that you don't believe me. Wait, what? About the bed. Why wouldn't I? Colette holds up a finger as the smile on her lips turns downright wicked. How about I just show you? Show me. Yeah, let me show you the kind of noise my bed makes. You have no idea what Colette is on about. How would you show me? Smile doesn't go anywhere as the realization hits you. She's gonna show you what she does for a living. She wants to put on a show for you. Let me just show you what I'm doing when the noise starts. You swallow hard as you look at Colette. I really hope she's just gonna, like, sit on a cake or something. Oh, God. This can't actually be happening. Maybe she's just a weird fetish person like that, and nothing bad's gonna happen. TOS, please. The cute girl wants to put on a show for you. What do you say? Yeah, I guess. I guess that you can do that if you want. The smile on Colette's lips grows even wider as she walks over to the bed and moves onto the mattress. She sits down on the mattress looking at you with bedroom eyes. Are you ready for this? You swallow hard as you look at the beautiful girl in front of you. You slowly nod, watching as Colette's hand goes to her top. Your breath catches as she pulls down her top, revealing... Ah! Ah, censored! Oh yeah, this is the good stuff. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. Oh, come on! We were just getting to the good part. Why did we stop? Oh, right. itch.io. In case you haven't heard, itch.io delisted all NSFW games on July 25th, 2025, making it functionally impossible for anyone to access the NSFW parts of the site and all of the amazing games that people have worked so hard on. Can I be real with you for a second? Erotic video games are, well, they're still kind of figuring themselves out. Surely there have been adult games for ages. Some pixelated, some cringy, some weirdly ahead of their time, but it's only in the last 5 years or so that the genre has started to grow up. Games like Summertime Saga or Being a Dick showed people that, hey, maybe these stories could actually have depth. I don't know about this one. I don't know those games at all. Do you, chat? I don't. Like real writing, real characters, real gameplay, and yeah, sex. But done with purpose. That changed everything. Suddenly more devs were stepping up, experimenting, mixing genres, blending erotic content with RPG mechanics, management sims, visual novels, even puzzle games. It's wild out there, in the best way. But there's always a but, isn't there? With all that creativity came pushback. Some devs, yeah, they crossed lines, sometimes on purpose, sometimes by accident, and people started asking questions about taste, about ethics, about what's too far. Remember that game Hatred? Super violent. Not even sexual, but it sparked outrage just by existing. Reminded everyone that pushing limits comes with consequences. And now erotic games are catching heat, but not from who you'd think. Not players, not critics. No, it's the platforms. Steam, itch.io, the payment processors, credit card companies. All because of a group called Collective Shout. By the way, did you catch the pun in our names? Colette and Scout. Collective Shout. Oh, I didn't catch that. The dev is very proud of himself. Nice. Anyway. Games are getting delisted, shadow banned, quietly wiped out because someone behind the curtain thinks they're too risky. You probably never hear about it, but creators feel it. Hard. Because when you start silencing voices, just a little here, a little there, it adds up. And suddenly there's no room left to be bold, or weird, or real. Erotic games deserve better. They're not just about getting off. They can be funny, messy, emotional, healing even. There's so much potential, so many stories no one else dares to tell. And honestly, if you've ever played one that surprised you, made you feel something, anything, you know what I'm talking about. This whole situation reminds me of what happened to Tumblr, or Pornhub. One minute they're platforms for expression, the next they're getting their own communities to look clean for advertisers. And sure, they survived, technically, but the soul of it? Gone. I just don't want that to happen here. Not again. Not to us. You know what's strange? Porn survived. Even after Tumblr wiped the slate clean, even after Pornhub got gutted, people still found ways to create, share, and adapt. So why am I saying that censorship in the erotic game space feels more final? The difference is in the medium itself. A GIF, a photo, a 5-minute clip, those can be made in a day, uploaded by one person, shot in a bedroom with a phone and a ring light. But an erotic game? That's a whole different beast. It takes months, years even. You've got writers, coders, artists, animators, composers, voice actors, testers, and sometimes it's just one person doing all of it, trying to make something beautiful out of nothing. And a lot of them are surviving on scraps, Patreon pledges, tips on Subscribestar, or whatever Steam and itch.io managed to trickle down. So when those platforms start getting cagey, shadow banning, delisting, making it impossible to even find the games, what do you think happens? They stop. Not because they want to, but because how can you pour years of your life into something that might never be allowed to exist? This isn't like migrating a bunch of videos to a new tube site. These games are massive. They need stable hosting, visibility, payment processing, discoverability. When all of it starts slipping away, it's not just one game that dies. It's a whole corner of the industry, one that's bold, emotional, weird, and intimate. It doesn't vanish without a bang, it just fades quietly. The sad truth is the financial margins for erotic games are already razor thin. Most of them are made by small teams, or solo devs working out of cramped apartments between day jobs. They rely on those platforms not just for money, but for legitimacy, for visibility, for connection with the people who actually care. Take that away even a little, then you're not just making things harder, you're making them impossible. And once it's gone, it's not coming back. And yeah, a lot of creators are just gonna walk away. Can you blame them? Spending months or years on something intimate, something risky, something that means something to you, and knowing it might never see the light of day? The kind of pressure crushes you, especially when the odds of making your money back are shrinking fast. So what happens? Some of them pivot, safer genres, safer stories, no risk, no red flags. Others, they burn out completely and vanish. And we lose voices we'll never get back. And here's the one part that no one talks about. It's not hitting everyone equally. It's hitting queer devs, marginalized devs, furry devs, kink creators, trans creators, the ones already working with less support, less reach, and more risk. For a lot of those folks, erotic games aren't just entertainment, they're safe spaces. Tools for exploring identity, for telling the kinds of stories mainstream games won't touch. So when erotic games get scrubbed from storefronts, it's not just some sexy stuff disappearing. It's erasure. Nuanced stories, queer voices, honest kinks, raw emotion, gone. And here's the kicker. Censorship, even the soft kind, never hits the center first. It starts at the edges, always. So if you push out the devs already on thin ice, guess what? The whole space starts to shrink. The weird stuff, the risky stuff, the real stuff. It's not just adult content that suffers. It's authenticity. It's innovation. It's everything that makes indie games worth watching. I know that sounds dramatic, but I've seen it happen before. And honestly, it hurts to even imagine how many beautiful, strange, meaningful games will never get made. Erotic games can do things no other genre can. They can talk about power, about consent, about shame, about desire and self-acceptance, make you feel seen in ways no big-budget RPG ever will. So when we suppress that, when we send the message that some expressions of identity are less valid, less welcome, it doesn't end with adult games. It seeps out into indie dev spaces, into what gets funded, into who feels safe making what. Suddenly the pipeline dries up. But who cares, right? You're not gay, a furry, or into a kink. You're just a red-blooded heterosexual porn lover. So what if the weirdos have their stuff taken? It won't affect you. Well, here's another thing most people don't realize. Those spicy games, they help pay the bills. A lot of indie devs rely on NSFW titles to bankroll their more acceptable work. The fun, weird platformer, the heartfelt, story-driven sim, the wild, experimental prototype. Those get made because the sexy stuff funds them. Take that away and you're not just killing erotic games, you're gutting indie gaming from the inside out. So yeah, when erotic games get suppressed or outright removed from storefronts and payment processors, that income stream is gone. And with it, so is the breathing room a lot of developers need to work on their other projects, the non-erotic ones, the passion pieces, the games they've always dreamed of making. It's a ripple effect. It goes way beyond just adult content. Innovation will slow down, diversity shrinks, whole projects get cancelled, projects that had nothing to do with sex at all because the thing that made them financially possible was quietly erased. That's why this isn't just about erotic games, it's a bigger problem. Potential crisis for indie gaming as a whole. Platforms keep tightening the screws, hiding games, banning them, quietly making them unprofitable. We're gonna lose the very heart of the indie scene. You know the ones I mean. Those weird little games that made you cry at 2 a.m., or made you see yourself for the first time, or dare to be ugly and bold and beautiful all at once. Without support, without visibility, those games don't get made. Period. The people who could have made them, they'll move on to other industries, more stable careers, jobs that actually pay the rent. And with that, we lose perspective. We lose new ideas, we lose stories that were never told before and may never be told again. What's left is an industry that looks the same, thinks the same, feels the same. More safe, more polished, more corporate, but a hell of a lot less interesting. Truth is, some of the most powerful games in the last decade came from indie teams barely scraping by. These devs, they're risk takers. They're the soul of the medium. When you undercut the few income models they have, especially adult content, you don't just hurt them, you hurt all of us. So if we care about the future of games, really care, we have to do more than just tolerate adult content. We have to protect the ecosystems that make it possible, that make all of this possible. Freedom of expression isn't enough if we don't also fight for the financial space to create, to exist, to thrive. Otherwise, we're going to lose more than just a few sexy games. We're going to lose the voices that made gaming worth caring about in the first place. I guess that's all I wanted to say. If you really care, then there are some links in the description which can help you show support. And thanks for playing the game. Hey, there we go. Which visual novel is this? I only just came by. This is Scratching an Itch. I'll go back and we'll go hang out with Scout. But this game really presents a great argument on why censorship, especially in the game space, is horrible. We'll talk a little bit about it after, though. Okay, I'll skip the. I think the same thing's gonna happen with Colette, though. I think we can help out Scout. Colette's eyes widen as she looks at you. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, Colette, but it just seems like Scout needs my help more. I mean, she needs to do work, and apparently darkness is very important. And, I mean, make a vague gesture in the direction of Scout's room. They're curtains. How long can it possibly take? Colette shoots an angry glance at Scout. What? Colette doesn't say anything, just glares at Scout. Seriously, Colette, what's with the glare? Oh, nothing. You just always get your way, that's all. I do not. Oh, right. And it's just a coincidence that over half our audience follows you when we do a show together. Hey, that's not my fault. Bullshit. Colette and Scout stand there for a moment, just staring at one another. The build-up is good enough for... you're gross, dude. You have no idea what this is about. The only thing you can gather is that the two of them probably work together somehow. Whatever. Colette throws up her hand and starts walking away. She stops in the door to her room and looks at you. Come see me when you get tired of her. Colette makes a dismissive gesture towards Scout. What was that about? Oh, don't mind her. She always gets like that when she doesn't get her way. Now, about those curtains. Scout raises an eyebrow at you. Right, the curtains. Scout turns around and heads to her room, leading you into her den. You have to be honest, her place kind of creeps you out, but this is your job. Oh my god. Kind of based, honestly. Her room is kind of based. I just wanted to really show you guys the work that the developer put in. That's why I'm showing this other route. Scout turns around and grins at you as you take in her room. The place is really creepy. There's just no other word for it. The place feels like it was made to creep you out specifically. Between the voodoo doll on the shelf, the posters of demons, and the book titled How to Bewitch Your Enemies, yeah, this place is definitely something. What? Scout turns around and gives you a skeptical look. Nothing. Your room is just... You stand there for a moment, struggling to find the right word to describe it. The longer you think, the fewer words come to mind. How could you possibly describe the room in front of you? Unique. Spooky. You stand there for a moment, feeling increasingly uneasy. Can't be sure, but it seems like the voodoo doll just blinked at you. In the books, they seem to change their covers whenever you look away. The place is more than just creepy, it's downright scary. This place is, unique. Unique. Yeah, it's, different. Smile creeps onto Scout's lips as she looks at you. You don't mean unique, do you? You mean creepy. No, I would never. I'm not saying that. It's okay, chat. This place is creepy. Can't help but let out a small sigh of relief as she says this. I designed it to be creepy. Took me a long time just to find the right things for my room. I wanted to create a space that would be a reflection of my appeal. Stand there for a moment just staring at Scout. What on earth could that possibly mean? A reflection of your appeal? Yeah, you know. Scout runs her hand up and down her slender frame. Can't help but notice how attractive she really is. This girl's actually really pretty. Must not have noticed until now because of, well, the personality. Scout gives you a skeptical glare. Clearly, she knows that you lost the plot for a second. I need to give my audience something to enjoy. There it is again. First there was the talk of co-stars, and now audience. What does the girl actually do? I feel like you should ask, but you don't want to be rude. What should you do? Ask. What do you do? It's just, I'm a bit confused. I make adult streaming content. I'm sorry, what? You stare at Scout for a moment, not sure what any of that means. Does she play video games on stream or something? Hell yeah, we do! If that's the case, then where's her gaming setup? Oh, right there. You can scan the room for a moment, but all you see is a modest laptop on the table. Oh, for God's sake. Scout lets out a deep sigh as she looks at you. I was trying to sugarcoat it. But I'm a cam girl. I do stuff on stream for people to enjoy. Me too! But not the same kind of things. The same things. You stare at Scout for a moment as shock runs through your veins. You had no idea that a girl like this would do something like that. However, it suddenly makes sense why she would keep her room like this. People probably love that whole goth girl thing. You know we do. I see. Yeah. There's a moment of awkward silence as neither of you know what to say. Anyway, the room is a part of my appeal, like I said. And for it to work, I need darkness and mystique. And you really can't get with that. Scout makes a sweeping gesture toward the window where light is streaming in. Oh. You stare at Scout for a moment longer, not quite seeing the problem. Wouldn't some light just help your audience see better? I mean, you could make it a new look. Scout shoots you a skeptical look. You get the sense that she doesn't love being contradicted like this. I can see that you don't believe me. It's not that I don't. Scout holds up a finger, stopping you from talking. It's okay. I'll just have to show you. Show me? Yeah, I'll just have to give you a show. You'll see that doesn't work with the lights, and maybe then you'll fix my curtains. Stare at Scout for a moment longer. What does she mean by show? Surely she's not gonna... Are you ready? Swallow hard as Scout turns around and gets onto the bed. You can't believe this is happening. So, this is how I usually start my shows. Scout reaches up and grabs one of the straps on her top. She starts to slowly pull it down, revealing censored. Oh, I love censored. Okay. Alright, and I think we're going to go back to the main screen because I think that's the exact same, just with Scouts. I like that the developer gave us 2 girls to say the same message. But, that's still great. I still really love the conversation that's being presented. I hope that little bit of extra buffer gives you time to think about the message that was talked about. Yeah, censorship is bad. It's pretty horrible. Like the developer said, it actually goes at... It's not just going to start with adult games and the weird ones and, you know... Obviously, games that a lot of my audience enjoys got taken down. Like, if you like A Date with Death, guess what? That was taken down. The spicy version of it was delisted. The Kid at the Back, which is also another really popular one, delisted. 14 Days with You, delisted. Some games that you guys love to watch, just completely delisted. And I would never be able to find them. Really. Like, I would never be able to find them without some personal person giving me the link, you know? And how would they find it? The developer would have to advertise, like, just hand the link around. Maybe making a name for themselves. But even then, it'd be so hard to find the developer's game. So these games also got delisted. And they're not even that, like, crazily, like, horrible in my opinion, you know? Some of the other games we played, Duality recently, that one definitely got delisted. And games on Steam that you wouldn't even imagine are trying to be taken, the Collective Shout is trying to take down. One of my favorite games of on the channel that I've played is Detroit Become Human, and even that was tried to be taken down. And if anybody remembers Detroit Become Human, that was a game about fighting robots, or robots fighting against, like, inhumanities against them and stuff like that. And at one point there's a scene where a little girl gets abused by a human, and for that scene alone, it's like 5 minutes of the game, of like a 100-hour game of like different endings and stuff. They literally were going to try to take that down, which is insane to me. So censorship like this really doesn't just stop at the super weird sexy games, you know? It's really messed up what they're doing. Luckily, as of making this, actually I was a little late to covering this game. Itch actually has relisted most of their adult catalog. There still are a few more. Yeah, and you save the girl in Detroit Become Human. That's the fucked up thing. You even show that it's not seen in a good light, hitting the girl. Like, it's seen as, like, bad. You protect her. You can die, sure, but you protect her mainly. So I think it's so crazy to me that they still want that game taken down just for the very act of it. And then also just, it's a choices matter game though, so you can just die and not save the girl, which would suck. Anyways, it doesn't stop at just like this. They may have relisted the game. So games are back up on itch. Adult games are back up on itch. They're not delisted. You can find them again. Some of them are not. Some of them that are deemed too far are still completely taken off the site. No word on them coming back. And do you really think it's just going to stop there? They're going to keep pushing, for sure. So payment processors, a lot of people have taken to calling their payment processors like MasterCard and Visa, calling them every day, hounding them to change things. And I think that's the right way to do things too. Because really, MasterCard shouldn't tell you what you can pay for with your money. You know, their whole job is just to let you pay for things, you know, online or in different countries and things like that. Like, it's crazy. Who are these people pushing for the censorship? The craziest thing about all of this is MasterCard and Visa only pushed Steam and itch to do this because of one group in Australia called Collective Shout. They're a feminist organization, and I don't even say feminist, it's very loose. they call themselves feminists, but they also are very, I've heard that they're very homophobic and transphobic, and they hate a lot of stuff like that. And basically anything that has darker or deeper issues on women, they basically absolutely hate. Not just porn, not just weird kinky fetish shit. It's also just anything. Like I said, Detroit Become Human is one of their targets, and that game's like, that's an amazing game, and it's not even seen in a bad light, the abuse, you know, like it's seen as a bad thing, and it's there to tell a story. And so if you remove that, think of all the stories that would get completely censored. You'd never be able to read a story on abuse ever again. It's crazy, and so many amazing stories come from those games, you know. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it too much. I've talked about it on the channel already a couple times, but I think this game did a really good job of having a conversation about it. I hope you guys enjoy this. Please rate this over on itch, get this higher up, show that we care about these things, you know? Because, like I said, we don't want games that we play to go down again, you know? Booba good, you know? That's true, that's true. Anyways, I'm going to leave it off here, so thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna see you guys next time in the next video. I'll leave the link in the description below, okay, for you guys to grab. But please, yeah, check it out, okay? I'm gonna clock out, so thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace. Damn, I wish we got to see some titties today, chat. Too damn bad. You could be like Britain, though, to be fair. You could be like Britain, and Britain's got shit all, bro. Britain, you gotta, like, fucking upload a picture of your face just to look at Pornhub. I'm sure you'd show that on stream. You know it, bro.